today I'm gonna finally find out what my color palette is. I feel like it's something that I keep mentioning that I have no clue about. Once I figure out my color palette, I will be able to make things that suit me the best. Before we get into it, because I am really excited to learn what my color palette is, I do need to tell you about what I'm wearing. I am wearing something me made. You can't really see it. I'm wearing a pair of lane pants that I made recently by Sydney Graham. If you watched my last video, you know I love her. I'm gonna talk about her a little bit more in this video too. I mentioned last time that I made some lane pants, and these are the lane pants that I made. I'm happy with how they turned out considering everything that happened to get there, you know? So basically what happened was I cut out a pattern size like 2 sizes too big. The way I measured myself made me to be a size 10, but I ended up being closer to a size 6. I think it's also a lot to do with the fact that I am more of a petite person compared to what the pattern was designed for. I think she said that her size, or that she's 5'6", or maybe even taller than that, and I'm 5'4", so I'm quite short, petite. I have a short torso, so that's a huge problem with these pants actually. The waist is up a little too high. It's almost too high-waisted, and so it's more comfortable with the waistband folded down. And I'm gonna make it permanent at some point, but just not today. These pants, I used the serger for the first time. I was really proud of that. So I need to actually sew down the serged edge, the finished edge, and then that might actually help these sit a little bit nicer. But my main problem with the pants is that I already tried to taper. They're usually a wide leg, the lane pants. They're like large cargo pants, and I wanted, you know, like that nice loose fit type of pant, but I still wanted the leg to be a little bit tapered, so I tried tapering it. Like I said, it wasn't really an issue of me tapering it, it was just more of an issue of it just being too big anyway, so I had to continually bring it in and bring it in. I did that like twice. So I brought it in once, I was still too conservative, and then I brought it in again. And I think the fit itself, like in the legs and to my waist and everything, is great. It's just because I was taking in and the pockets are there, it makes the pockets sit a little odd. I don't know how to explain it better than that. Basically, the pockets are not full pockets, they're kind of cut off a little bit, and that kind of makes it difficult. It sits a little funny. I wish I would have had the foresight to kind of like figure out how to just omit pockets completely and just do like cut the pattern piece so that I wouldn't need pockets, but oh well. That is what I have going on as far as a me-made thing. Sewing is definitely speaking to me right now. That is my main that's my main project. I do still have my RO sweater on standby. I get a few rows in here and there, but I haven't really been working on it all that much. But this project is the one that I'm gonna be seeing through to the end, regardless of what the color analysis says. And I think, you know, there's like all kinds of colors in here. So one of these has got to be one that is flattering to me. With all of that said, let me get up the app. I have to do like a little questionnaire, and then, you know, we'll see what the analysis says. Okay, so what's the most challenging thing about choosing colors to wear? For me, it's I don't know which colors suit me best. What do I hope to get out of the analysis? Well, I want to understand why some colors suit me better. Okay. So which color palette do you believe suits you the best? Now, if I were to pick, I would say autumn, like, cause those are all colors that I really, really love. Like rich, warm tones, earthy, that's for me. So I'm gonna go with an autumn. That's what I've always thought. Okay, now I need to upload a selfie. Okay.
Are you thinking about starting a new hobby this summer? With Skillshare's vast library of classes, you can learn a skill from scratch, build a creative habit, and level up in your career. If you enjoy my channel or others like mine, you'll love the crafts and DIY section. Browse videos about knitting, crochet, sewing, embroidery. Not only will you find inspiration, but you can learn directly from people you admire in the space. With that said, I recently started this class by Tony Lipsey of TL Yarn Crafts. Modern Crochet, Essential Skills for Getting Started. This time of year, I gravitate towards crochet, so I can't think of a better teacher than her. This class covers all of the basics, and in particular, I was interested in how to add borders, because I'm really good at making granny squares, but never make them into anything. Skillshare's new offer gives you more value up front. With 7 days of free access and a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can explore Skillshare completely risk-free. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive 20% off their first year of Skillshare. So thank you, Skillshare, and let's get back to the video.
Your palette is a soft summer. Wow, I would not have expected that. A summer color palette features cool muted shades like soft blue, lavender, rose pink, and gentle sage. Gonna be honest with you, pink, not really my thing. And I've even tried light pink. I've been told that it looks nice on me, but it's just not something that I enjoy on myself. So that shocks me. Okay. People in the summer season have often have natural coolness and delicacy in their complexion, so these colors keep them looking harmonious rather than overwhelmed. Okay, soft summer is a subcategory for those who have muted, gentle coloring with primarily cool undertones and a touch of warmth. These softened, dusty hues complement your natural subtlety, creating a graceful, understated look that enhances your features without overwhelming them. That is so nice. High or low, I'm not sure. But look at this. That's a nice selfie. Hey, I knew about the blue. I would definitely have gone for the green. So blue and, like this blue I've recently discovered is good for me. But greens I always knew was a good tone. These shades of green, I actually don't really gravitate towards them. Like lighter minty green, I don't really like, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna try it now. And then it's interesting, I actually have been kind of leaning towards pink, the red family. So it's interesting that if we scroll down here, it's interesting that I can see already down there that red is a color to avoid, which stinks because I've been really, really into red recently. I think as like a color, it's just attracting me. I never really necessarily thought that it was very flattering to me, but I have just really been gravitating towards the color red. And I cast on that Maggie cardigan earlier this year, and I haven't really worked on it since, so I guess there's still time to ditch it, but I still do really think that a red cardigan, I mean, who cares if it's not my color, right? So shades that light me up. Dusty shades of blue, so like this one, I think that's nice. Soft mauve, muted rose, and faded teal in your summer color palette enhance your natural softness and subtle coolness, bringing out the gentle harmony in your complexion and highlighting your graceful features. Thank you. Neutrals to seal the deal. Muted grays, okay, love gray. Dusty taupes, love dusty taupe. And soft blue grays are excellent neutral options to balance and complement your soft summer palette. Colors to avoid: bright neons, stark contrasts, and highly saturated hues can overwhelm your soft summer subtlety, causing you to appear tired rather than naturally graceful. Well, with a 1-year-old who doesn't like to sleep currently, then I definitely should be avoiding these because I'm not sleeping either. So I don't need extra help in that category. And then they go on about my personal beauty squad, which I'm not going to change my hair, not really going to wear makeup all that much either. I'm actually really shocked at the idea that I'm even a summer that never occurred to me. But I guess it's also like personal preference, like what kind of colors you're attracted to. That doesn't necessarily mean that those are your colors that you look good in. So that is interesting. I'm gonna go upstairs and look in my stash and see what I have that I could potentially use for my next cast on that is in accordance with my color palette. These are actually new acquisitions that I think kind of go along with what the analysis said. I was really into this one. It's purple. DK British Wool Cone Heather Mix by Woolly Knit. So all of these are going to be Woolly Knit that I'm showing you because that's primarily what I have in my stash because they were so kind to send over a lot of things with the recent collabs that we did. So I have this one and I wanted to cast on with it actually as soon as I got it, but you know how it is. I had a really nice idea for it. I wanted to knit a, I want to call it White Mountain, so I'm really hoping that that's correct, by Midori Hirose. I thought it would be really cool mixing it with a mohair that's a little more, so in the heather mix here, it's got like a lighter purple and then like a pinkishy red tone. And I was thinking getting some mohair that more matches the pinkishy red tone and kind of creating like a velvety look. And that is what I think I'm going to end up working with this beautiful yarn. Other options that we have, so this one right here, burgundy. Maybe this one's a little bit more on the autumnal side, but it's in my comfort zone. It's something that I like as far as the more pinkish hues go. I know it's supposed to be going for muted tones, nothing with high contrast, but this is what I have in my stash, so they'll have to forgive me. But when I look at the analysis, let's see, something very similar, my color palette, something very similar is there. Like these colors, again, like I really wish that you'd be able to see the color that I can see. Well, it matches, just trust me, it matches. And I think that would be a really nice option. Definitely like turtleneck or something. Although, I was thinking maybe doing another ranunculus. I don't know how great it would be in this wool, but it wouldn't be terrible. I also have this light pink, which I really like light pink, I do. This also did attract me in some way, otherwise I wouldn't have wanted to welcome it into my stash. I had at one point a sweater that was this color. My husband told me that he really loved the way that it looked on me. I did not like it very much, so I donated it, but maybe I knit something up and it will make me want to hold on to it a little bit longer. So I think my next cast on, I would have no idea what to knit this pink in, although it is very pretty and very dainty and delicate. It's nice, it is. I feel like it makes my face look a little bit more red though. But pretty, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna trust the AI. AI knows, right? AI doesn't make any mistakes. I also pulled out this one, DK Merino Wool and Trigo Brown. So this is more of a taupe to me. I wouldn't call it brown, but I guess brown is a shade, or taupe is a shade of brown. It's like a mouse brown. This one I welcomed into my stash a long time ago, not recently. But it's a pretty color, and I think that's the muted gray that it was saying my neutral would work for me. And I agree. This was very interesting, insightful. There's a lot of yarn in my stash now that is gonna be gift yarn, you know? Like some of the colors that are a little bit more out there that I really wanna work with, maybe they won't be for me. But you know, you kind of gotta take all this with a grain of salt. Sometimes it's about how you wear the piece, not necessarily how it wears you. I think it goes both ways. Sometimes you do more for the piece than the piece does for you, and vice versa. So it kind of just depends. But this is good, and now I know what, in theory, should look the best for me. Whether or not I'm going to follow it to a T is one thing, but I do want to commit to at least one cast on in the near future. And finished object. I would love to make it a finished object. Not only a cast on, but also a finished object. In the near future, I'm gonna cast on with one of those colors. Yeah, so there you have it. I'm a soft summer. I don't even like summer. Summer is not my favorite time of year. So this really was a shock for me.